Welcome to another episode of Krosmatch Chat with me, Joshua Hipsher. This week, I have a special guest, Monoxide Adkins.
Hello.
Got a little bit of Ohio love today. He lives about, I would say, around 2.5 hours away, up in Toledo, and I live down here in Columbus, both in Ohio. So it's good that I get to have you on the show. Yeah,
Glad to be here.
I'm glad you could be on. A little bit about Jay, if you haven't heard about him. 2014, he got second place at the Krosmaster US Nationals. And then last year, he ended up getting into the top 8. Hey, before we go into some specifics on that, do you want to play a little bit of Krosmaster?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, that is the whole point of this. Do you have a specific team that you would want to run, or do you want me to run, or?
Oh, I'm running around, messing around with a couple of builds with Glory. So anything you really want to run doesn't bother me.
Awesome. Well, I've been really, really loving doing this Theo and Master Joris combo. Just been loving just for casual fun play and seeing if I can get used to it and have fun with it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and run that. Is it okay if I challenge you, or do you have your team put together and everything?
Yep, I got everything put ready.
Awesome. And I will go ahead and challenge you. All right. It's taking a moment. And it is sent. All right. So tell me a little bit about this year. This year's Nationals versus last year's Nationals. What was going on?
2014 Nationals had, I would have to say, a smaller competitive group, where in 2015 the group of national players were more of the competitive scene. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Let's say last year's national had 100 people, and probably only 20 or 30 of them were actual players. Where this year's nationals was more competitive players. Basically, all the players that played were there to try to win.
Okay. What was it? Did it feel like what? How did it feel this year in comparison to last year, in your opinion?
I would say more intense. And the way I mean that is a lot of the players were there with a lot of teams, strategies. They practice. And also with the boss list coming out right before nationals, it really shook up the meta. So I don't think anybody really knew what was expecting. And there were some creative teams out there, like the Shaka Shaka team. Really, I don't have all the lists in front of me, so I can't really go in much details about them. But there was a lot of good stuff to see. Good growth from last year's 2014 Nationals to this year's Nationals.
Yeah, I'd agree, definitely. So how did you do at this year's Nationals?
This year Nationals, I placed 6th. It was a little bit. I wasn't really that disappointed because I didn't qualify and I was kind of a fill-in.
How did that happen?
That way, somebody didn't make it. Somebody that qualified did not show up for their spot, and I happened to qualify. And with the help of Hipster, he told Rich, and Hipster texted me and got me up to the room. So I wouldn't be even in the top 8 without Hipster. And then I borrowed the comma, and then without the comma farmers, I wouldn't even had a team to even use. They limited my lended me the figures, and I was able to create a decent team out of the figures I had available to me.
What was the team that you ran?
The team I ran was Qatar, Steamy Wonder, Anna. I'm missing somebody. Anna's 3. I want to say probably. I didn't have Pooh-chan. Wow. I haven't looked at that team in a while. Give me 1 second, I'll let you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really that big of a thing because it really just shows how you have to be ready for a lot of different situations whenever you're playing Krosmaster. So
You
that's pretty
you
awesome.
do. The thing is, I didn't bring that many figures with me. I brought a couple of teams at first, and I think when I was able to play in the top, I think it was top 16.
Yeah.
I just threw together a team, and I used a team that one of my friends play over in Germany. Um, so I kind of was familiar with it, but it wasn't like I never played it before. So it was a team I never used. I did use the same setup for every single match, which was a pretty good setup for that team. I forgot he has no AP. He can't pick up any dang coins.
Oh.
It's alright. Hold on, I just want to count. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna get things moving. That's the best part about running a team of fairly small as far as level characters. So you don't have to feel too crazy when running and running doubles on purpose. Hmm.
I'm just excited to see what 2016 brings with Krosmaster. As I'm looking up my team.
Hmm. I definitely think it's going to be pretty crazy. What happens? What happens in the next year? Just with Cool Mini or not taking things over, and really just how the game's going to change. I'm not sure if it's going to be super great or super bad yet, but I imagine it'll be pretty good. I can't imagine it being bad at this point. But that's just me.
I'm just interested what new rule changes come with Krosmaster 2.0. The big question is will it affect U.S. nationals, seeing how we're doing ours in July, or not July, August? Will 2.0 be out before then?
I honestly
for
don't.
us?
I don't know. I don't know what Uncommon's next step is as far as production goes. I do know that the gauntlet's been thrown per se, but we'll see what that means for us. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to be. I would like to think that it's going to be awesome for us, but I hope that it's not like one of those situations where we don't get something forever. I mean, it's not going to be a quest situation. That's for sure. Glad you didn't crit twice.
I know.
So did you what was your experience like at nationals as far as playing against people? What was your toughest match overall over the entire weekend? Um, and of course, you already kind of touched on how a lot of these really cool teams came out. But as far as like what you thought of your own personal matches, um, how did those kind of play out for you?
I think there's two tough ones. One of them was the first one was I forgot all about Malibu Rum's power, and it was against Randy, and I let him get next to guitar. I didn't expect to be able to make it out of there, but I somehow did. The second one was against Thomas and his Harry Crow team.
Dirty Harry.
Yep.
That was a pretty. I mean, it's a pretty rad team that he's come up with. That well utilized. I'm really a fan of that. It'd be interesting to see what your move is with Grugel or Granny here.
Does he have green? Like, no, it's red. Can't be modified. I think I can kill Koa, but I think you'll come in with your Kevin and get him. So I'm debating if I want to. George hits with neutral.
So that happened in nationals. Do you have anything else you wanted to say about nationals at all this year? I know that you're kind of looking forward to the future with Krosmaster 2.0, which we can of course talk about here in a bit. But as far as nationals specifically, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Other than it's going to be the last one with Japanime Games running the show, which I don't think is totally bad, but I'm going to miss my good friends.
Yeah.
But don't matter where Nationals is held, I think we can still swing by and say hi to them.
I don't know if
because
you
they
heard,
will probably.
Gen Con. Supposedly, Gen Con is going to be where it's at this year. Good. Dang.
How much life does he have left? I hit him for
5.
5. I'll take him out. I'm not.
Well,
I'm worried
maybe,
about. I'm worried about the. I'm worried about the counterplay.
Yeah. Well, I'll be taking out. I'll be taking out some people. Unfazed.
Take take 1. That'll leave 3 HPs. You'll kill him with your Kevin.
I like this team that you came up with, though. It's a different way to utilize, well, for right now, having the only other Go Baller in all of Krosmaster. Pre-Dofus movie or Krosmaster 2.0. And having a bunch of cannibals. So if you lose, or having 2 cannibals, not a bunch. I don't know why I said a bunch. Having 2 cannibals.
You were thinking about the other team I was talking about the other day.
Yeah, I was. It's interesting. A lot of people want to write off Grugel because being a level 1 boss and a lot of the combos kind of just not being very feasible. But I don't think any of us should underestimate Grugel.
I wouldn't. I don't think he's out of the question yet. It's just a matter of putting him to use.
Yeah.
The question is, do I want to take another hit on Theo? Because I can go right next to my Koa, hit Theo, but that's gonna leave your Koa come up and whack my Glora. You're probably gonna try to kill Glora with Kevin. I guess fed you a Koa, so there's 2 come away. So I think my best bet's I'm just gonna hit your Koa. Sorry, I was thinking a lot.
No, you're fine. It's nice that you can actually explain that stuff on here. It sucks that you didn't do any damage. But it's okay.
Because I don't think you're going to teleport. Oh, my Koa's going to get messed up. I think I'll go right here.
It's not a bad choice. Alright.
Good thing your air move does not steal my health.
Yeah, but I got power. Bam! All that damage you just did. Oh, this is a tricky situation. I'm feeling okay with it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go here if you let me. Thank you. How very nice of you. And I'm actually just gonna go right here and hit you 3 times. Come on, don't crit. Oh man. I'm not too worried. Let's see what we got here.
See, if we were playing the real life game, you could have picked the boot. Because you rolled the boot and the crit together.
It's true. I'm gonna do something just silly.
You're gonna move up and punch my Koa.
I am.
Not that bad, because you can move your Quinn to shoot
Yep.
me, and then if you don't, and then you can come in with the kill with Jiven.
I mean that, or I'm. Let's see here. I'm gonna go right here. And hope that's okay. Come on, not all thumbs up, but at the same time I don't mind. Oh, yeah, that's 3 damage. I don't mind that. It's not too bad, right?
I wouldn't.
And I'm just gonna go right here.
Well, it's starting to look very slim for me.
Huh?
It says it's not looking very good for me.
Yeah. Well, this is a weird situation with this team. I love Theo. Just Theo's such a versatile character. Yeah.
Yeah, Theo is a really good character.
Of course I would, Oh! Oh! No, I love Theo. Theo's a great character. He's, I mean, he's tied with my favorite 4-point character. Black Crow is my favorite 4-point character, both for the way he looks and his abilities. He's just unstoppable. Like against so many different teams, if you play him correctly, if you don't make a mistake, then you'll win. It's so hard, especially like if you're playing against, specifically if you're playing against German and Italian players. Every single time I ever play one of those guys and they're playing the Crow team, it's like no mistakes whatsoever and just on point 100%. Oh.
Crit again, I don't think I'm that lucky. But...
I feel like with the last when they redid everything again, I feel like they did a good job in balancing this stuff. I just love Cannibal Jav. I think he's probably my favorite out of all the box sets for season 3. I think he's my favorite. He really took an awesome spot with how he kind of took over for
Lucky Lou.
For Look, yeah. There he goes. Goodbye, my lover. All right, so I want you to talk about another thing. I'm just kind of letting you kind of think your moves out and everything, so that way you can kind of move and play and all that jazz. So what do you think is the future of, specifically in your area, this is definitely leading to a very specific discussion on the Krosmaster in Toledo. But what do you think the future is for Krosmaster in your area, and how do you think what do you have planned? I know you have a big tournament coming up, and I want you to talk about that. But what do you have planned coming up soon for that?
Basically, the last Great Lake Challenge was awesome. We had a good turnout. I'm hoping to repeat it and maybe grow it some. I know in Toledo I'm having a tough time getting Krosmaster off the ground. And it's not really, I don't have the store support. All the stores in Toledo carry it. I'm just shocked of how many people actually in the Toledo area doesn't get out to play. And like, I used to try to run vents, and then it used to just be me, and then one person here and there. And I don't know who's buying up the merchandise to let them know. And I've tried putting like little business cards with the stuff, and it's not like growing. And I don't know if people are just not into the competitive scene. So when you say tournament, they don't want to play it in a competitive. They just think this is a cool little miniature game. They like to collect the pieces, and they're just having fun with it, and nothing more than that. Which is the possibility, and I respect people like that. These are cool miniatures, and then here you come in with a lot of damage.
Yeah. Oh! Wow.
You can still
That was...
kill me.
I can still kill you. But I was not expecting to do only 3 damage with that.
But I'm excited to see how the Great Lakes Challenge goes this time. I was able to get surprise price support from Akama. It's not much, but I can guarantee everybody's gonna be walking away with something.
Awesome.
Also, I have some Count Fergus terrain to give away. If they come in time, I have some Wakfu and Stasis Termitots coming. That's only if they arrive in time. I don't know if they're going to be here in time. And if somebody wants to pay for the shipping, I'll ship them out to them. That's game right there. Oh, hold on. No, it's not game.
Not necessarily.
Now you make this tough on me.
I mean, it's kind of fun.
Because now I have to have Molaw punch Chlorogram and hope he doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
Because my Jive can pick up one more My Jive can go to the thing, purchase something. Bill Tell has the arrow boost. So 2 damage. Who do I want to do 3 damage to? Can I don't think I can be able to get to Theo.
No, I
won't be able to
blocked it for a reason. So you have the Great Lakes Challenge, February 28th, right?
Yep.
At 12:30. Registration starts at 12, and it starts at 12:30.
12:30.
So that's gonna happen. Wow.
I know. Your characters are tanks.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That's all I gotta say, they're tanks.
They are.
Now, the question is, do I lose if I don't buy 1 comma? Like, if Glorigram goes up there and dies, do I automatically lose before Glorigram's attack finishes?
Well, I think, so we just saw that play out specifically with Quentin. Quentin died before I took GG for Chris Crass.
Alright. So he would die before.
Yeah. This is a lot of effort for 1 GG.
Did I just get the prospecting for killing my own character?
Apparently. I don't think it's supposed to work like that. I don't hate it, though.
No, because I didn't get prospecting for killing Aeon. Alright, yeah. Poor little Jab. He's gonna get, jumped over there.
Maybe.
It's gonna be interesting how this plays out.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm working on getting us a special menu from this local pizza place, Mama Mary's Pizza in Toledo. If you're ever in Toledo, good pizza. I'm working on trying to get us a special menu so I don't have to have just pizza on the menu. So we're looking at possibly subs and salad and a couple other things. This time I didn't factor it into the entry fee because the last Great Lake Challenge kind of paid for all the prizes. What this entry fee is going to be basically for is beyond, where this is going beyond after so Great Lake Challenge 3. I think what I'm going to do is I might do an online league to split up the Great Lake area into groups. So if you want to represent a certain area, it's going to divide Great Lakes into areas. So, for example, Ohio is kind of in the middle. I'm going to call Ohio Bana. If anybody has a problem with that, just let me know. But have it kind of like walkthrough themed, but as a Krosmaster match. So basically, as people win, one nation's going to raise to the top. So when you're playing in
Huh.
the tournament, you're not playing in the. And when we do tournament play for the next Great Lakes Challenge 3, you're not going to get paired up. I'm going to try to keep the pairings and pools, so everybody's not facing each other right away. And we're going to try to see which area is the best.
That'd be awesome. So Wisconsin versus Ohio?
Kind of. I mean, you got
Detroit?
Michigan in there. I wouldn't count Michigan. I screwed that up.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I was wondering why you didn't try to go after Joris or Kivin.
I thought about that, but that's a bad plan, man. Probably because I've been up since 5. It's been a long day.
I believe it. There's those crits.
How much does he have left? Too much for me
8.
to kill. What the
You got in range for me to heal up with Vampiric Wakfu for both guys. So unfazed.
Doesn't mean you don't take damage.
That is true.
But I'm interested in seeing the future of Great Lakes Challenge. I know I have somebody working on a custom map. I did post a video of the deck box that you can win. It's one of the prizes.
I am so utterly stoked for that because there are certain things we cannot get here in the United States, and that is one of them.
Also, when the Great Lakes Challenge is going on, I'm going to utilize it to do demos. So if you want to come out and learn Krosmasters in the Toledo area, it's going to be awesome when you come out and learn demos because I do have a extra large version of Krosmaster. So you're going to be playing on what Japanime Games teaches the game on. It's a pretty cool way to learn the game.
Yeah. And
this is going to be a match.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good game.
I know, I made a couple bad things.
Yeah, I went
too far out with my koas.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like it's hard to track that stuff with specifically with how Theo can move, and the healing just for targeting an enemy with a spell is utterly broken. It's ridiculous. You have to kill him in one turn because he just heals himself up so quickly. Thanks for playing. It was nice to get to play. I feel like I haven't played against you or any really that much with you for quite some time now. So it's nice to get to play a little bit of a lax kind of fun game with you and chat about Krosmaster stuff. Is there? I know that we didn't really get to go too much into detail on Krosmaster 2.0, but is there anything you wanted to say to people about Krosmaster 2.0? I know we it's still a lot of anticipation. I know they did just reveal a lot of information through Double Critical and through like all the different blog sites and everything. But as far as the new characters, what are you thinking about them? I know the consensus a lot is that it's a stronger box than the original base set. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be interesting how they interact with figures outside of the base box alone. If you give me a second, I can talk more about the characters in general.
Yeah. While you're looking that up, so you're talking primarily in competitive play, team building. which I guess is the whole point of all of this to a lot of us. So team building and kind of what works well together. Is that what you're talking about primarily?
Yeah, and like I like to see a lot of people think outside the box. Is like right now I think a lot of people are set on Julieth. Um Julieth has a really nice effect where she's basically doing 2 damage to the base target and she has a breath effect. So whoever's on the breath effect show, she's going to be able to hit 2 people on the back row or the behind the person. So it's basically like Glorogram, but she's a little bit more powerful than Glorogram with that effect because she's doing 2 damage every time when she attacks, and she
Hmm.
can do that twice. Partner up with the right people if you're willing to wait one more turn to bring her out. You can also use Henule to make her a 9, and she could do that 3 times, and that'd be total a possible 9 damage if she gets crits.
So you're talking specifically with 2 base damage, being able to do that attack 3 times with Henulo, boosting her with devotion. Um,
Yep.
they're with one character, you can kill off someone like Theo in one turn, potentially. Not even
Potent-
considering the different demonic rewards that are come out too.
yep. You get the different amount of rewards you got to put in the factor, and then like also with Henule being a little bit slower than her. Yeah, you have to wait a turn to have that effect, or she is good because she can escapade, so she can move to an empty target's cell, hit twice, and then she can still have movement to run away if you play her right. And she also has crits, so she's throwing 2 dice every time when she attacks.
Um,
Um,
yeah, it's
the
going to be
other
pretty. Go
the
ahead.
other way you can use escapade is that, like, for example, if you're next to somebody, that is a free 2 attacks, and then you can jump away because you don't even have to worry about a lock roll. You can just jump away with escapade. She's like in and then out.
That's really the best part about most characters who can move away. Um, really any character that can teleport or slide away or push away or anything like that is really advantageous in this game. Just because specifically when it comes to when you're playing against high level players, the biggest thing is them not being able to count out how many spaces you're doing or letting them trip up a little bit. Like, okay, so for instance, like this character can move 4 or 5 spaces or whatever. Um, it may be if you have someone like Looky Look or someone like say now that we're gonna have another Go Baller, someone like Chris Crass or for instance Theo being able to slide in a little bit or really any of those characters being able to move without it being dependent on their movement and sure, it's using up an attack to move, but it's really advantageous if you time it correctly, especially when working with other people and as an escape method. So you're completely right with that. Is it really steps up the level of gameplay to the next level whenever you can take that movement and kind of make it a little less uh, thought out for them being able to think out your moves.
Mm-hmm. I'm just interested in how the keyword Bana is going to play effect because they added the countries they're from, like Denmark, Bana, and I'm interested to see how that affects will
For
come
instance,
in.
they have. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and do an errata to the Brackmar Rictus and have him be a Brackmar. And same thing with Bonta Rictus and have him be a Bonta. Um,
Mm-hmm. I'm just
well, it'll.
wondering. I'm just wondering if they have a special rule on the Bana map
Hmm.
because this is the first time they ever put like a nation in a keyword.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if that they'll necessarily have a special rule. For instance, they came out with. I mean, We don't know, but I don't know if they're gonna complicate that. They might have an alternate rule type thing, similar to how the dual packs or the small maps play
Hmm.
out. Um, but just like the pilot map, you don't have chaffers or chafers or whatever coming in and having extra bonuses just for being on the pilot map or playing out different alternate rules for them playing on the pilot map. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that'll play out. That would be interesting, and that would be awesome for a lot of the fan made stuff.
Hmm.
Well, it was nice getting some thoughts on just Crossmaster 2.0. Again, also the Great Lakes Challenge happening February 28th. I'm gonna put a link on the video for you to be able to go to that event page and hit join and come to the thing. If you come, I will give you a free high five, maybe even a free hug. I have been known to do such ridiculous things. Um, Thanks also for talking about nationals too, especially having 2 years of experience there has been really really wonderful. Um, Jay, is there anything else that you would like to say to the fans or remind them, or any advice that you would last minute advice to any of the fans before we bounce off of this little podcast thing?
The biggest advice I can give is just run what you're comfortable with. Run. Don't even look at yeah, you need to run something that can do something against the meta out there, but it doesn't mean you have to run meta. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest advice to you: is run what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that was actually you gave me that advice multiple times. Um, I mean, I like exactly. It was that advice whenever I was my first real competitive play was at regionals this last year, specifically at Gen Con, the Midwest regionals. Um, I that was my first real competitive play, and when we were talking before that, you telling me just run what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with this team, it's a weird team, but just run what you're comfortable with. And that's when I ran the Gain and Christie team, and I did pretty well. I got in the top 8. And then I just kept on. I had that voice in my head, like, I feel comfortable running this team. Therefore, you don't have to think as much in depth with what you're doing. I mean, obviously, you still have to think about everything, but as far as the trying to worry about trying to keep track of your own characters very much. If you're running something that you're comfortable with, you don't have to worry about remembering certain rules or remembering that a certain character can do certain things if you've played that character 1,000 times.
You know your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. Um, well, cool, man. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on here. I'm gonna go and push this up. Oh, last final words. We should have talked about this a lot sooner. The blog.
I've been working on.
Do
Yeah,
you want to?
I haven't finished that article yet. Um, what I'm hoping is Crossmaster US or KMA USA, Krosmaster Arena USA. What I'm hoping is we can get a for where U.S. players, and even if you want to submit articles, just click on one of the names on the right hand side and send us an email, and word will get on to me, um, and we can make you a. I don't know what the term they use, but you can be able to you won't be able to publish or edit anything, but you can be able to write your articles, and then you can let us know, and we can look them over and then post them. What I'm hoping to do is make this more. I don't want to say I want to make a community run, but I want to help grow the game.
Mm,
A lot of places where the U.S. players go and get information. There's a lot of negativity. I haven't. There's not one place I haven't seen that hasn't having negativity, but I can't say much because when you go on the French forum, you always got somebody complaining about something on there. Um,
yeah.
But
Well, I think
it,
that is just something you'll have to deal with as a game grows. People are going to complain about something. You have people complaining about Magic the Gathering, by far the largest collectible game in the world, and I mean, you have people complaining about that all the time.
the thing is, I just want people to be more open about saying, like, asking something. There's not a dumb question out there. Like, just don't ask us like, what is a attack roll? Like, don't go that basic. But um, it's just be like, hey, this team sounds good to me. I'm thinking about throwing Dragus and the King of the Global and the Royal Global on a team, and I'm gonna make it where the Dragus pulls you in, and you get stuck by the tokens, and the King of the Global comes up and hits you for like ridiculous amount of damage. Like you should be able to speak about that without worrying about somebody saying you're running a cheese or that team is broken or your team doesn't stand a chance against Count Fergas or you get what I'm saying. Like I
Yeah,
want I'm hoping with the forum I can put out, I'm hoping with the blog I should say, I can put out more information, like maybe get some people a different thought process, because when I started playing the game I ran everything. Like me and my friend, he moved out to Salt Lake, Utah. He got me into the game. um, he moved out to Salt Lake, and we haven't played a whole lot since he moved. But our thing was you come sit down at the table, we gather some free figures that we think would like clash or mingle and play the game, and we came out with some cool combos. My favorite one is using the red panda to push people. Like the red panda can push people. Like you can get the red. I can't think of her name right now.
is that
Panda
Pandalina?
Dilly. Yeah, the Pandalina or Panda. She can push people.
Pandalina.
Like if she doesn't roll crit, but she can push people and still be there with the figure. So it's not like you're sending. It's a different effect than what Lukey Luke does. Lukey Luke sends the figure out there to go and do the work, but leaves Lukey Luke in safe. Where Panda Dilling goes out there and she's trying to help with the other figure in his job.
Especially and also with 11 hit points, she's not exactly a weak lady. That panda's got some strength. It's probably all that bamboo milk.
Probably.
I mean, there's no lie. All the bamboo milk is really, really high in alcohol content. So take it with a grain of salt that it has enough protein to make you strong. But these pandas definitely aren't weak by any means.
Well, Panda Dilly. I mean, Dilly. She's nice. Like I said, with that hole, she pushes and moves one closer to the target, and she can do that 3 squares. So it's and her base attack is a breath area effect for 2 damage base. She does take 1 damage for it, but 2 damage base. Even if you get her with somebody that does like basically Henyo, partner up with Henyo, give her 2 more AP. That is a possible. That's twice, and that's a possible 6 damage.
Well, it really
Especially.
helps against a lot of I mean, having the strength and intelligence giving you the extra dice against some of those characters out there that cast like say Ian and whatnot. Um,
Mhm.
it it would be a lot of fun against teams like that.
Oh, I like
Teams
the
that use
panda.
those characters.
I like the panda one so much. I'm working on a little side character of my own, where it's a male panda, and he kind of has a token that summons this bamboo milk barrel. And what he can
Hmm.
do is drink. He can take drinks out of the milk barrel, and what he'll cost some action points to drink out of the milk barrel, but it gives him drunken tokens. So he'll get more stronger as the drunker he gets. But if he gets too drunk, then his effects kind of change. And there's a way you can make him drunk. Like you could pick up his own barrel and throw it towards him. So if you throw the barrel at him, he'll drink more milk out of instinct.
Yeah,
Um, It's more
Well,
based off of the actual Walkthrough MMO. If you ever played it,
I haven't because I can't get it to work on my MacBook.
does Dofus work on your MacBook?
Nope.
You,
Neither of them. I can't get either of them to work. That's a different topic, but it would be interesting. And also, but on the TV show they have they have the one character who partners up with the CD to Princess Amelia, um, and they team up in order to cure. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, get on Netflix and watch it because it's on English on there. You get to watch the entire series, season 1 and 2. Doesn't and then they also have the OVA, the 3 longer episodes there. But in one of the episodes, the city of Princess Amelia partners up with this panda dude and cures these weird zombie creatures that were infected by these bamboo things. Through like a saltwater drought or something. It sounds pretty lame, but watch it. It's a lot more interesting and a lot more fun if you're a fanboy like me, I guess. Well, cool. Well, again, Jay, thank you for coming on here.
no
Thanks for
problem.
derailing a little bit
Anytime.
at the end here. We'll definitely keep an eye out for the blog. It's the KMA USA blog. I'll put a link in on the video here and also share it on the blog site, so you
And
can
like
always see it there.
and like I said, I mean, if anybody wants to contribute, or actually, I just hopped on there, find out where the names are listed of the people you can contact. If you go all the way down to the bottom of the page, you can email me at the J1, or you can email me at the Panda1 Tavern email. Any of them will go directly to me, and I'll be able to. You can submit your articles. I'll give you full credit for the article. Um, if you do a lot of articles, I can actually add you as a editor, so you can actually publish your own. Josh is
Sweet.
the editor on there. He could post his own stuff. He actually puts Krosmaster in chats up there, and he also has a nice article about unsolved Krosmasters.
And I will the unloved Krosmasters. Yeah, I posted a little thing on there about that. Yeah, but I'll put a link up so you can check that out. But as for this episode of Krosmatch Chat, thank you for listening. Again, this is Krosmatch Chat with me, Joshua Hipsher. Thank you so much for watching. We've been babbling on for a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed yourselves just like we do. Check out the blog. Please come to the Great Lakes Challenge. But at the end of the day, be sure to play Krosmaster and be wonderful to one another. Catch you later, Krosmoz. Bye now.